and advisor, has reunited loved ones and families, helped many prosper in business, brought favor in difficult court cases, helped with the most desperate problems where many have failed.
Call me, Sister DeBong, at 718-253-7273. Don't give up.
Private confidential consultations in English, French, or Spanish. Results are guaranteed.
Good morning, Africa. Good morning, America. Good morning to you, our listeners all over the world. We welcome you to another episode of Africans Awake podcast, where we give you good news, entertainment, and good music as well. So, I don't work alone. With me in the studio, I have DJ Padmat, the maestro himself. He'll be giving us some great, good music, Afrobeat music, including hip hop. So stay tuned and enjoy. In the meantime, we have good news for you. For those who are, for those of our listeners who live in the New York City, we have good news for you today, and the good news is about healthcare. We're talking about something we all need, everybody needs always. Maybe a cost of seeing a doctor. Many people don't know this healthcare exists in New York. So many of our people don't know that the New York City has a program specifically to make sure you are covered. It does not matter if you just got here or how much is in your pocket or your bank account. It does not really matter. So in New York City, we take care of you. By just living here, you have access to low or no cost healthcare. NYC healthcare includes primary and preventive care, medications, mental health service, and more, regardless of your immigration status. So enroll or renew your membership at nyccare.nyc or call the number on your screen 6466922273. I repeat again, 6466922273. NYC Care in New York City. Health care is for everyone. So make sure you take advantage of this good healthcare system in New York and enroll yourself as a member and key into it. So back to our show today. We have a lot of things talking about our education system in Africa, talking about the oil spillage, So we have a lot of things to talk about and to analyze. And you, our listeners out there, make sure you tune in, tell your family members, tell your loved ones, your brother that King and Queen Radio is the place to be. And moving forward, I have with me in the studio Mr. Emmanuel, and I'll give him a chance to introduce himself. So, Mr. Emmanuel, you're welcome to the studio.
Thanks for having me, Williams. It's an honor to be here. I guess we have a lot to cover. It's been an interesting time. Africa has a lot. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, and the world at large. The consequences of a lot of footprints of the Westerners in Africa. I guess it's still affecting us, and there's a lot to talk about. I hope we'll be able to talk about things to do and things not to do before the end of this podcast.
Of course. Don't forget you're listening to King and Queen Radio /brokingstation.com. So tune in and enjoy. So moving forward, let's kick off with this education crisis. We see thousands of graduates pouring out of universities every year, polytechnics and colleges. A lot of graduates every year in the country. Yet the industry keeps complaining that they can't find employable talent. it seems like we produce more of certificate, but we forget to produce the skills. Why are we breeding more educated illiterate than actual professions?
Well, for me, Williams, if you knew the issue at the head, if put the main way to we are breeding a lot of graduates which are becoming, should I say, educated illiterates, or because they actually are failing to do what they ought to do after the process of education. To me, I believe it's a curriculum problem. We are stuck in the 1960s, the British method of education, which focuses on raising people that will kind of people that will help them to
accomplish their mission,
and not your own mission and your own vision. So it's not about the dream of students who went into the university. When you are coming out, you become you have a white collar mentality. If you have dreams before going to the university, after you leave the four walls of the
school, after 4 or 5 years
you are already tuned to their own pulpits. You work for them, how to, and there's no place to work. The government have employment issue. There's unemployment, which is a high rate. So where are you going to? So the mentality we actually need in Nigeria, Africa, the world at large, to be currently, it's the mentality to create people, curriculum that creates people that will achieve their own jobs. Yes, that create jobs. The skill, know-how, and that is what we should focus on. And not curriculum that teach people how to cram textbooks and how to become reasonable people in another person's company. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Emmanuel, you see, our education system entirely in Africa is so corrupt. It has been so diluted to the extent where people just only memorize textbooks,
Yes.
in order to just pass exams in schools and forgetting about the real stuff, the reality on ground. We focus on theories,
Yes.
more of practical. Like if you go like outside the country, abroad, like China, Russian, and all these advanced countries, they teach from scratch. I
Yes.
think from their nursery or primary school. So
China.
they teach them how to
Vocation.
Yes, they teach them how
Skill
to create.
work.
Yes, skill work. That's basically what they base on. You understand? They teach them how to create, how to like entrepreneurship, how to do business. You understand? How to develop something from scratch.
Products.
Product, fix phones,
Services.
and stuff like that. But the case here in Africa is different.
Yes.
Our curriculum, like you rightly said, is so bad that even the teachers, can't even align with students in school. Our own is just to bring write this thing rubbish on the board.
Yes. Garbage in, garbage
Yeah,
out.
you understand?
Yes.
Copy and paste.
Yes.
You understand?
I actually have to say that one of the greatest nations in the world currently, which rose from nothing to become a strong country, should be China. Much of the Asian country, they've changed their curriculum that centers much about teaching the actual skill, not just words. For instance, in Africa, like in Nigeria, let's say a student studying archaeology, what are you using that course to do? So many
Sociology.
These things do not apply to the African terrain. It doesn't. You should center on things that we have wealth. We have things that needs to raw materials that should
need to be converted to finished goods. Yes.
Yeah, so that we can also match with the world giants, be a producer of things. Our research are just ending. We only do theoretical research. Nobody's doing practical research. The strength university students, for instance, many of them computer students, don't even have access to computer. And yet you see them having first class, and those are people you want them to teach your own children, pass knowledge and all that. What do they do? So we're talking about theoretical knowledge because it's not about the theoretical knowledge cannot create wealth. Theoretical knowledge cannot get Africa running to compete with the world. What we need is skill, the know-how, vocational skill.
What you can offer to the world.
Can you convert raw materials to product? Not just studying chemistries in school. What are the chemicals used for? So these are the things that we should focus on. We know government will not, many of the government officials, they care less about the education, but if Africa will move forward, we have to find solution for Africa by Africans, not by the world. The Europeans, the British colonial, they don't know what is happening here. We know what we have. We know what the world wants. So it should be African solution to the world. If I would say, if that would be my what the world need by Africans and not by the colonials.
Yeah.
Not British telling you what to do, what to study, and all that.
Yes. What we are learning in Africa here, what we are being taught, like in schools those days, if not for now that we have come to realize that these things are not true because they just gave us what they want us to know.
Yes.
You understand?
For their benefit.
For their own benefit.
Yes.
You understand? Like, for instance, there's a book that they taught us in school with that Mungo Park discovered River Niger.
Yes.
You understand? And which is false.
Yes.
Do you understand? We came to realize that it's false because before Mungo Park came
only documented
to that,
he was the first to document it, but other people knew where
they were. Our forefathers were there.
River Nigeria, Benue met.
You understand? Our forefathers were there catching fish
Yes.
and doing stuff. They were living on that same place.
It was
just
people that took him there.
Of course, you understand. So
Yes.
you can see that our curriculum is just corrupt.
Yes.
Do you understand?
And you only see white
The
names.
main thing, yes.
You see white names there. You don't see Africans.
You don't see Africans.
You don't see Africa.
you understand?
Africa with their own tradition is being
And we have our own educated,
Yes.
like where you go to learn medicine
Yes.
and become a doctor,
Yes.
surgeon,
Yes.
in terms of entrepreneurship,
Yes.
you understand, that will contribute to the economy of the nation, agriculture, like let's say animal farming and the rest, you understand. So all these things are not being taught in our universities.
Yes. For me, I would say when it comes to agric, here in Africa, here in Nigeria, we are good because it is native to us. You see, I've actually, that field I understand that people in that field, but when you talk about automobiles, electronics, science, we haven't tried in computer science, we have people who haven't tried, but many of them started.
And we have those resources.
Yes, not in the school.
Mm-hmm.
Many of them did not get that knowledge in school. Agric is being taught in some citadels in Nigeria, they are trying, but when you talk about core knowledge that we need, manufacturing sense, like who is producing the chairs we are sitting on? We have people studying textiles in Nigeria University. Are they producing clothes? We have people in computer science. What are the apps that they've produced? $1 million apps or $1 billion? What are we talking about? We are talking about aim, objective. Are we achieving as a nation? Nothing. The educational system is just, we are just going, it's just as if you are going to rest or you are going for a vacation for 5 years, 6 years, and now when you are out, you don't have anything. And the few that even gets their leg running, they have parents who send them abroad, who give them extra source, and those ones are no longer in the country. So that is the major thing that is clean. Our education itself cannot, like, let's say for instance, a son of the soil, born in Nigeria, born in Africa, went to school in Africa, can they become a world giant? That is what we are talking about. Can the education give them that power, that mental energy, that mental strength to become a giant in Africa? We have people in Europe, people outside the country that, like foreigners, whites, that never left their environment, but the education they've gotten has made them become world giants.
Worthy, yeah.
You can hear them today. Yeah. You've heard of Bill Gates. Yes, they say they are dropouts, but they got a lot from their system.
Yes,
it was already like, can a Nigerian do that?
Like Mark Zuckerberg, for example, who was a dropout of University of, I think, Harvard or something.
Yes.
He created app today that connects people.
His assignment in school. Can our assignment in Nigeria or Africa be the world problem, a world solution? That's what we're talking about. Like when you talk about many of that app, an app is created to solve a problem. Facebook today now has connected friends all over the world, lost friends, close friends, distant friends. People are making new friends. People are even getting married on the app.
And
it is solving a problem. Businesses are going. Millions, billions of dollars are being generated from the app, and the data are being sold. Can we as a continent have a solution from Africa that will solve the world
that will solve the world problem. That's what we are talking
Yes,
about.
that's what I'm talking
Our
about. A
education,
product.
our education totally is so bad.
It's bad.
Up from the primary school, secondary school to the university.
Yes. Whatever you are taught.
We don't have lab. We don't have where to experiment.
Nothing.
Any chemical or anything.
And
even
if you have, there's no equipment.
There's
if
no
the
equipment.
is there, it is stored somewhere for another person to use or for somebody to sell.
Yeah.
And what we are saying is, we have good minds in Nigeria. An average Nigerian is smart. An average African is smart, resilient. Those are the core ingredients needed for one to reach out to the world. But you find out that we are not being, should I say, the opportunity, or we don't have the stage to reach out to the world.
Yeah, that's where the brain drain is. The few brilliant teachers we have are also running to abroad, let's say places like America, UK, and the rest to exercise their talent there, to grow yes. Also based on the payment here. The payment here is so very low that it's not encouraging. Like, it does not motivate them at all. So most of the teachers
here in Africa, education is not valued. When you talk about terms of mental wealth, like what you know, they want to buy it cheap. But outside the continent, you see people chasing. They need you. They know what you are worth. They pay you well.
They know your worth.
An average professor in the US, in Harvard, they have private jets. They have products that they've researched on, that is selling, that they have, should I say, monopoly, or they have patent rights to. That for every other product, like the phone we have, our touch screen, it's somebody that invented it.
Yes.
For every touch screen that is produced, it has a patent right, it has a commission. So they drive private jets. You have a foreign professor driving private jet. Why an African professor have nothing to show for it?
Even a bicycle to
they
ride.
They don't have.
So.
They are actually. I don't want to use the poor, but they are actually struggling. It's not.
The salary they pay here is very
very low. So that's why they are
running. It's not encouraging. That's why for them also to dissect knowledge or impart knowledge, or let's say enlighten the student, the youth,
they find it hard.
They find it hard,
yes.
Because it's not their pay also is not encouraging.
They are not happy doing what they are doing.
So we're just doing garbage and what they just read from textbook, they gather it and pour it to you,
yes.
And you also transfer it to the upcoming generation. You understand?
Yes.
So that's our education system is so poor, and we need to change. In fact, from the education board, we need to change the way we teach our people and what we need to teach them, what they need to know.
Yes. If you say you flush out you cannot just turn the system up. Yeah, we turn the system upside down, and even funding is needed. You need to bring in people who know what they want, who care for as in who have passion for what they are doing. You understand? An educator needs to have passion to research, to go down, and even have the boldness. Because when I mean the educational system turned to be overhauled, like overall, you mean you are turning the system upside down. Currently, we have a British system that doesn't work for us, and yet we have Africans that are writing.
It's outdated, and
yes.
this same syllabus or curriculum is outdated in other countries. Outdated.
And yet we have Nigerians who are writing curriculum for other countries that is working, that are being paid heavily. So it's not that we have players that can actually come into this field and change the ecosystem, but will they allow it? I used to tell people, I say, whatever we are facing today, we are built, African in general is built to produce like a production ground for the higher economy or developed nations. Our education system.
We are not meant to develop, we are meant to remain to help other countries develop.
Yes, so like this is a testing ground for apps, testing ground for products, testing ground for everything. Why can't we produce? We have everything. We have the money, we have the resources, we have the brain power, we have human resources.
We have the manpower.
Use it for our own development and reach out to the world. Bring out solutions from Africa that will reach the world. If we have to turn that system upside down, bring men who know what they're doing into the field, that will focus on vocational skills,
training,
You see, I'm talking about children up to 6 years. They started putting hands on automobile engine, V8 engines. They know what is happening. They hear the sound. They know what is wrong. Here in Africa, even a master holder of
Can't fix a machine.
Can't fix a machine.
Can't even operate
you
the
don't
system
know what
on
is
laptop.
happening. If they open a machine that you've written paper on, that this is this, explain it, they can't. So it's all about theory. No, we don't want theory anymore. This is what we are beckoning. We want people who know what they are doing, practical knowledge. Open schools, open vocational schools, bring in key players, people who know what they are doing. Share this knowledge, and you see, leave people to
Practical knowledge.
People begin to open automobile shop. People begin to build machines. 4 or 5 youths will come together, bring in capitals, and start building machines, and begin to reach out to the world. And that is how the revolution in Africa will, and in the whole world, will definitely start.
And I also think the obsession with degrees is killing vocational skills.
Of course.
Everyone wants to be a manager
Of course.
or an engineer, and on paper, but nobody wants to be a skilled technician.
Of course, it's the life, it's the illusion of the life. You see an average manager comes to the organization with suit, tie, big, expensive wristwatch, sit down on the chair and don't know what is happening. And yet the workers in the factory, they know what is happening. They have the skill. They are the ones that are supposed to sit down on that chair. But the mentality that they've painted for us, that we are seeing, the illusion is that a manager is much better than somebody in the field. No, it shouldn't be like that. Managers that are handling positions should know better than the people in the field.
That's the mentality in Africa.
Yeah, that's the mentality in
They
Africa.
believe our one is just to know how to communicate, speak quick English, and
not even. And this is another problem.
Yeah.
You see, when you go to Russia, some other countries,
they just have translators where they transfer.
Everything is being taught.
Hold on, you know that when you learn in your
local
dialect, it's more understandable.
Yeah.
You see, the reason why the Chinese people are growing rapidly, both on economic and technology, is because they learn in their local dialect and they understand more in their local dialect.
They have more understanding because it is native to them. It is like their own
their origin, their blood.
They understand it than translating it.
The English that we are using today,
it's like two-factor authentication. You are trying to first of all translate, then interpret. But it's when you are in your local dialect, you are interpreting
directly to yourself.
You already understand. You don't need any translation. You don't need anything. So that is why African have been robbed a lot, and it's so pathetic that our curriculum is we're using an outdated curriculum, which is not native to us.
Like places like countries like Germany, Italy, Spain.
Yes,
you understand? They teach their people, their students in Russia, their native dialect, and they are very, very good in it. Of course,
their exams are not just all theory.
No.
They have vocational tests. They have oral
something
tradition.
You can offer, physical something that you can do. You understand? You can create something. You defend it. You
speak about it. Defend it. They even make you do research on it. Only you. They will leave you to see how you can
fix it.
You can fix it.
You understand?
So
even if you try and fail,
you
still try again. Try again. Because the man that discovered I think Bob before
Thomas Anderson.
Thomas Anderson.
Yes.
Before he finally got the result right.
Yes.
He failed so many times.
Yes.
Do you understand? So those are the kind of skills. Those are the kind of things that we need in our society as
before he finished those experiments. Some people said he carried out 100 and something experiments. Some said he carried over 1,000. He discovered the X-ray machine. He discovered the white bulb. He discovered a lot of things along the way. Research. One thing about many of the things we are using in Africa, many of the products they are not the actual products. They are byproducts of other experiments.
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine in Africa in general, it's hard for you to see people that produce, let me say, even leather. Many of our leathers are coming from
China.
Leather jackets, you buy the leather.
Toys, ordinary toys.
And we have rubber trees everywhere. We have products that, if toothpick, can't we have somebody that can invent? We have people that fabricate machines in Africa. Can't we have somebody that will? And we have this tree. We have matches box machine. Just find people
No
that
industry that
no
fix,
industry.
that couples, let's say, all this engine, motor engine,
No factory.
Even keke na bicycle, we don't have
your
everything
tricycle,
just import.
your motorbikes, in fact, how your bicycles are being coupled and sent from outside the country. No
And
factory
these are things
surviving.
that
And
we
these are
have.
simple things.
These are simple things that we have people here that are
Should be
very
able.
intelligent.
Of course.
You understand? To
You should have labs, you should have places you can borrow, factories you can borrow to carry out to produce your products. If that's what government wants to do, government intervention, people that, what are we producing? What, like an average graduate that finished university, what are they producing?
nothing.
You finish university.
Most of them are on the street as we speak now.
Frustrated.
Some are doing Okada.
Yes.
Some are doing one thing or the other, selling
Cab.
tomato. You know,
Funny
it's
business.
a funny business. Like a graduate, a degree holder, maybe in biochemistry or anatomy or chemical engineer, mechanical engineer. They are all on the road, on the
Yes.
street now doing
POS.
odd job,
Selling
POS.
cash
you know.
withdrawals and all that. Odd
It's-
businesses and all that.
It's just so funny, we
Opening,
don't have
salons.
industries where these people can
Sound
actually
mind.
exercise
Their mind. They are putting their talent
understand?
and all that.
After going to school, you read again and again.
Just to speak good English. So we really say that the whole educational system in Africa
It's just to
is
speak
good
English.
English.
Understand?
But when you talk about doings, substance, products, how many people
Creativity.
are achieving creativity?
What
Because
that?
we've been talking about the world has shifted. We have the AI world. You don't even need libraries anymore. Libraries don't function.
Everything
You ask AI gives you
gives you,
journey.
yes.
So this is what we are saying is that the world has shifted. The world has changed. Africa should move and change with it. We are asking for a change. That speed, that change. Things are creative. You have people who are like, what are we doing? Schools are just there generating money, and you're looking about the amount of people coming into this system. We have them in their millions. Every year, millions of students will go into the university. Every year, they will graduate millions in their thousand millions. And they are just coming to the market, the labor market, and they are sitting down. Nothing is happening. What have they learned so far? What can they do? What is their...
That is why we are so poor now. We are so poor to the extent that the estimate, the statistics as of now in Nigeria particularly, about 140 million out of 200 people, out of 200 million citizens, about 140 million citizens
are unemployed.
are unemployed
and
living below $1 per day. Do you understand?
That's
and
funny.
inside this 140 million, there are students, about 17 million students.
Sound minds.
Sound mind, very, very intellectual, very intelligent people who have gone to school, study, and they are back home doing nothing. Do you understand? Some of
Rusting
them,
away.
nowhere to practice what they have learned. That's the main problem.
And this
There's
is
no
the problem.
industry.
Before independence, during the era of the colonial masters, when Nigeria was still working the way it ought to, there were systems where people go. There were jobs ready for people once you finish. In particular, maybe you're a mechanical
From
engineer,
six.
you finish. They will ask you, do you want to work or do you want to further? If you say you want to further, there is a system for you to go through scholarship. In fact, they were begging people to go to
To
school.
go to school.
And you see people, we have plants then in Peugeot, there was Mercedes plant where they were coupling these cars in Africa. They needed manpower and we were producing manpower for those factories. You have people that were into agriculture. Agriculturals, we were doing well. The cocoa farm, the pyramid of granite in the north, the cocoa pyramid in the west. You have people doing well. But currently, these things have changed. The world have changed. You have entered an era where you need to diversify, know what you are doing. There's no more plants. Even we are no longer creating plants for these people. We don't even have people who know what they are doing. We only have roadside mechanics. You have roadside engineers that are taking this with the graduates that are supposed to come and replace these people, add more knowledge, and they don't even know anything. So definitely you see the process now in Nigeria is that you go to the university, you graduate, then you come back and learn
vocational
a
skill,
which is not supposed
like
to be
computer science.
Yes.
Most of the students who study computer science are coming back to go practice that thing.
I've seen a 400 level student who don't even know how to use, who have never touched a system in their own life. So this is what we are saying is It should not be the system of you finishing university, coming from the secondary school, that is the college, to the from high school to college as university, then coming back to the streets to gain knowledge. No, it should not be like that. As you are coming through that system of high school, education, college, they should be able to impart knowledge in you that is not available in the street. That when you are finishing that system of education in university,
you can create job for yourself. You don't need
to
people. Work. Yeah, you can create job for people.
And you know what you are doing. And you know what you are doing. And definitely professors will gain from this.
Yes.
Nigeria at large will gain from this. In fact, the world, Africa at large will gain from it. And
because there will be development in all areas.
Of course. Right. And this is just the funny thing about it. We need people who know what they are doing.
Yes.
We need the educational system to change. People bringing in.
We need our curriculum, our syllabus to change. A student is studying about 14 courses. How is that possible, for God's sake? It's not needed. You just only choose one course, one thing you need to you know
and
best,
you know how to
you are good at, and study it.
And at the end of the
that's
day,
how the education system is in the overseas, UK and the rest.
European nations and all that. But and funny enough, when you have this thing put in place, you see, everything will begin to work. Because even the education, like currently in Africa and in Nigerian educational system, one of the things they've put in place is...
See, electrical engineers are working in the bank.
Yes.
Yes. People who are supposed to impart knowledge.
Yes, and they are not doing that. And you see, universities are mandated to create revenue. You see,
for the government.
So
they are just all about enrolling more students.
Yes.
They just care about
instead of the government bringing more money from, because they are gaining from the product of the students from the university. They are the one now asking the university to be a factory, a production ground for generating money.
Most of the universities in Nigeria, or let's say Africa as a whole, they don't have laboratories.
They don't.
For science students.
They don't
have where you go to, where you can practice what you are learning in theories from the classes. Where you go to practice these things.
Raw knowledge.
It's raw knowledge where
before you say you understand something. I was taught by my dad. My dad once told me that before you say you know something, you should be able to use that thing to do whatsoever you want to do. Maybe you have maybe you have water in your hand. You should use that water to produce maybe drinks, soft drinks, cold water, and that's when you understand. I understand that concept. Many people that are in school, they are teaching them old knowledge, outdated knowledge, not current knowledge. You have a mechanical engineer that does not know how to use,
to fix,
to fabricate, do not know how to repair, do not even know how to produce. So this is a big problem that we're having. This is not just about the theory knowledge. Don't just come and sing song. Don't speak big English or let me say verbose. Just open your mouth and speak large, but we are saying know what you are doing.
Yeah.
An average, an average Japanese or Chinese.
You talk about Japanese. They are good in that. Most of their cars and bikes that we are using in Africa
is from them.
It's from them.
So they know what they are doing. Kids already know the factory they are going to when they are graduating. They know where they want to work.
They know where they want to work.
Yes, they
don't want to work under people.
Yes, industrial training.
Yes.
And there are systems. I heard of in China, for instance, you see the government go around. Once you can produce a product, maybe you say, I can produce a spec, I can produce webcam camera, I can produce mic.
They empower you.
Come, they will bring in professionals that will standardize that product. Check it. Is it up to standard? If it's up to standard, they will evaluate it. They will give you a score. If it's not up to, they will bring somebody that will train you to become better at that field.
And once you can produce
it, they will empower you. They will ask you, for you to be able to produce 20,000 of this in a week, they will ask you, what do you need?
Yes.
And they will put in money into your company, and definitely they will put somebody a marketer for you. They will bring in people who know what they are doing. They'll give you a marketer, an accountant, and everything. All your own concern is to produce. Your commission is being given to you. Your commission is given to the country. The government have their own commission, and every party involved will be settled.
Yes.
And that's why you have many products leaving China to Africa.
Yes.
Many people don't even know where their product is going to. They just know they are producing. Every day they must wake up, they must produce.
Thousands of products are coming into Africa, especially Nigeria.
Clothing, they have toys, they have In fact, in China they have this University of Toy.
Can you imagine
Yes.
where people go to learn how to produce just toy?
Yes, just toy. You are not
You
there.
can
to study
imagine.
anything. So look how advanced they are. I'm not sure that course is being offered in many places in Europe and the rest, but how to produce any toy from your teddy bear to your toys that are the transformers you have that
All these
move and all that.
Chinese
All these robots.
Chinese phones
Yes.
that are being fixed by
Everything.
their
Secondary school students.
secondary school students.
Yes, they are high school
You
students. Yes, that's it. So what is African? It's not about African, we know how to speak English, we produce, no. Because if you find out, we say, yes, we have human resources. Many of our human capitals, that is people who move from the local continent to foreign continent, that is outside the shores of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
When they get there, that is when this country, these companies begin to run their own software in this people. Like, what we want you to do. They begin to teach you how to work their machines, how to do this. It's not supposed to be like that. Africans should know what they can do. They should start doing it. They should be importing knowledge outside of the country, outside of the continent. And as African at large, we are great. It's not about an average African can survive.
We have potential.
Very, very.
We have
very,
we are resourceful as well.
You can see that.
We have so many of our doctors who travel abroad and they are making it.
Of
They are
course.
making big names.
Yes, they have their own hospitals.
The best surgeons in the world are mostly
You can
Africans.
count a handful of the Africans. Nigerians.
So we are very, very intelligent. It's just
Yes.
the avenue, the platform, like the atmosphere to practice, to learn this thing, you understand, in a good way and be productive with it. Do you
In
understand?
Nigeria currently, in Africa, because I've seen that in all African countries, it's sad to say that we only have two industries in every country in Africa: politics and others. It is, if you are not in the political system, the allocation meant for your company or your factory, or your sector, we never get to.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. It's a shame. Only government would that this fund should be spread across every sector, and then Africa will be. The money we are
Africa
generating
will be
now,
great.
yes, Africa will be great. When you talk about revenue, Africa is generating currently. If we should do what we ought to do,
Our GDP is
it's very low.
very, very low compared to some little countries like let's say Switzerland,
Israel.
You understand, Israel.
Even Ukraine that is at war, they are still generating.
They are still generating revenue, more money.
Of course.
You understand?
So compared to we that have Africa that have oil,
We have everything.
we have
everything.
precious stones, we have all those stuff. So when you
Name
talk about
them.
if we do what we if Africa is doing what it ought to do, like changing their curriculum, making it for Africa. You know, the curriculum we have now is not for
It's not our own. It's not for Africa.
But we are using
imported.
It's imported for
You
Africa.
understand?
So
That's
what-
why they will just tell us what we want, what they want us to know.
Yes.
You understand?
And that's why when we travel out, we can easily
Navigate.
Yes, navigate and just merge with the system. But when we have a curriculum that is meant for Africa,
For Africans,
we really
where someone that studies medicine will come out perfectly and know what he's doing.
yes,
You understand?
that knowledge will become great in Africa. We'll be sharing our knowledge. We'll be helping the world at large. That is what I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That's the truth, my brother. So if you are feeling like your career is stagnant right here, you feel confused, about the next step to go about in life. This life you have to navigate both the physical and spiritual aspect. Stand for it to be balanced. So if you are stagnant in any aspect of your life, make sure you subscribe to sisterdubong.com. sisterdubong.com. You can go to your Chrome or your Google it, and you'll see Sister Dubong. Whatsoever is a problem, maybe you are passing through some kind of situations, unbearable situations, you are frustrated, depressed. We are living in a very chaotic world. Do you understand? You don't need to work like that. You need to work both spiritually and physically. You need to be physically and spiritually strong enough. So subscribe to sisterdubong.com for your cosmic, personalized horoscope reading. You understand? So don't be trapped. Don't be trapped by being by being educated, illiterate. You understand? Get your spiritual roadmap at sisterdubon.com.
Yeah, I believe.
Stop,
Yes, I believe that spiritual insights to everything matters a lot. The spiritual is mastered to the physical.
Yeah.
If you are blocked spiritual and you don't have an opening, you don't have access, then definitely you are in the wrong thing. I believe for you to move fast in life, your spiritual and physical realms need to be awakened and open. So do good, visit the website, and you will have clarification for what you are doing.
That is why we call this, that's why this show is called Africans Awake. It's mainly for African. We have our African brothers all over the world, the US, Israel, Germany, Italy, Caribbean, Jamaica. We have our African brothers all over the world. So this show is for you. Africans are we need to wake up in every aspect of our life. You understand? So, Emmanuel, back to our classroom.
Yes.
How do we fix this? Is it a total overhaul of the system or just better funding?
First of all, I want to let you know that it is physically impossible for me to do the same thing over and over again without
And
getting the
expect to
results.
get
a different
result.
We need to change everything. It is not working. It is not working. If it is working, would have 30 years ago would have gotten it. It is not working. We need a total turnover of the whole system. We need to turn
we
it
actually
upside down.
need a mindset.
Yes, reawakening, updating, whatever you might call it. We need to format the current system curriculum that is not working.
It's totally outdated.
Yes, we are in a AI generation. We are in a generation where things work fast. We are in a generation where people do things. People are not celebrated for knowing things. People are celebrated for
doing things.
You can point Zuckerberg for creating the app, Facebook, Meta,
Elon Musk
yes.
for creating Tesla.
Yes,
and the rest.
For Elon Musk alone, he has over 8 companies, which we just know. We know of Starlink, we know of Tesla, we know of StarX, his space company where they carry out things that travels to space and all that. So he has a lot and others. We have people doing. You have Bill Gates. You can count the father of software. He created the one of the first Microsoft. So you have people like that. You are counting them because they are doing things. What's his name?
And
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah,
he's doing things.
Yes.
So even let's not count them alone. Let's count our own African giant. What's his name? Aliko Dangote. He's doing things.
In terms of entrepreneurship.
In fact,
he has a lot of products.
Yes, we can call him the star boy of Africa.
Yes.
Because he has a refinery.
Sugar.
He has 4 sites. He has almost all the refinery you can talk about. Let's give him that. He's doing things that nobody is doing, and we celebrate him for that.
Yeah.
And if we are to have people that the educational system can create, we want the African education to create people like that. It should focus on skill, vocational development. It should focus on doing things and not just people knowing things. Because currently in Africa, we have juniors because they know things. No. We are not counted. We can count as much as, but we are talking about people who are doing things. Even our political leaders, they are not doers. They are just people who know, who have knowledge.
They are doing nothing. Just speak rubbish.
So you should have people who can actually say, I can do this. And when they come to the field, after education, I can do this. And they come to the field and they are doing what they say they can do.
Yeah.
And we need the government to also have, because whatever we say here cannot be implemented by us, except the government is ready to make that change. They bring in those knowledge, they bring in those power, they bring in the money power, and they bring in policies that will help education rise from where it is, which is in the mud, to rise to that citadel,
that's the
world standard. We can do it. It's not hard. It is just policies and money and the mind, bringing in the right people to do these things.
Of course.
That is what I believe.
Thank you for your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
So, Africa, it is time to wake up. It's time, and the time is now. Do you understand?
Yes.
Let's wake up. Let's do things the way other people, other countries are doing. In this time, in 2026, we are supposed to be exporting our own product, our own cars. you understand, as a continent. But till now, I've not seen anywhere in Africa where we produce any tangible goods. Do you understand? No industries, no factories.
World
You
standard.
understand? To world standard. You understand? No refineries that can refine our oil. You understand? How do you expect all these petrochemicals students that went to school to exercise their talent? You understand? So Africa, we need to wake up and wake up on a very speedy moment. So if Africa is to wake up to the future of the world where everybody is looking at, we need to rearrange our curriculum.
Yes.
You know, we need to arrange it and overhaul it.
Yes. The curriculum should not just focus on education within school. We should also have a system that focuses on education after school, where, like the NYC we have currently, I sometimes I wonder. I know, yes, it was created to foster relationship between the north, south, west, and east. But when you look at it, I'm not sure it's doing that purpose. Why not send people, when people go for that NYC 1 year, whatever you have practiced, give them the platform to practice. And from there, you know how many people have the skill to reach out to the world. So that when they're leaving NYC at the end of it, they are grounded,
they have a skill.
They not just...
The reverse is the case in our country, because most of them just go there, just go to school, teach, go and sign.
And after that, they become more dull than being sound, than the way they came in. So for me, I believe the educational system have a lot to do. Government have a lot to do in the educational system, bringing in the right players into the field, touching lives, and even making people because it's not about just knowing, it's about doing. People who are ready to do. If people give them grants, students should have grants. Students should already start having products that they are producing from schools. In Europe, we have students that are already producing products, selling, creating their own personal products that are on Amazon, that are on Alibaba. So you have all these guys producing, as students already generating income from their own personal products. When they graduate, they already know what they want to do. They know the factory they want to open from their parents' garage at home. That's where, what's his name, Zuckerberg started from. Zuckerberg started from his garage. He rented the garage, and today, when the company was $1 million, they asked him to sell the company. He refused. So even his professor was shocked, but today he's a multi-billionaire. Metaverse is no longer Facebook. We have Metaverse. He has other products under them. We have the likes of WhatsApp. And WhatsApp was also created by somebody who came to look for employment in Facebook. And they did not give him the employment. So he left and thought about having a personal chat. And he created something. How many Africans are creating this stuff? Are these app flying? Are they scaling? What are we talking about? We need products. We need graduates who are producing, who are articulated, who are productive. That is the word. And helping Africa to scale out of the low GDP and poverty mentality and poverty scenario that the world is looking. An average European, when they're looking at Africa, they look at us as people that are poor. It's not like it, that is the reverse. We are very rich. We don't just have the ability to manage our resources to produce the right products for the world at large. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We'll be going for a short break, and the partner will be giving us some Afro beat music. Make sure you wear your dancing shoes and stand up. I'm already in the mood already. So there's this where we call it a short break. We'll be coming back. Enjoy the music from the department. So, and don't forget, this is King and Queen Radio / Brooklyn Station, and you are listening to us live. So make sure you like and share our pages. Thank you so much. Coming back.
And advisor has reunited loved ones and families, helped many prosper in business, brought favor in difficult court cases, helped with the most desperate problems where many have failed.
Call me, Sister Dabang, at 718-253-7273. Don't give up.
Private confidential consultations in English, French, or Spanish. Results are guaranteed.
All my heroes from Lagos, Kigali, go to Kampala. Tell me how I won't fly if I no climb tarmac. I know where we fit to go if we no try gather. If we no add them up to the mass, we then no go feel the vibe.
African people arise, fight for your lives. People they buy,
blah blah blah.
Yeah. They wanna talk on the
Blah blah blah. How you feeling? Hope somebody there, yeah now. Hope somebody there, yeah now. On the lights.
They supposed the darkest. Really wanna say my hello to Adele, cause women of my time, they spoke to serpents. When I'm on my time, I spoke to Patek. BAG, but don't be perfect, cause women of my time, they spoke to serpents. Spine of my spine was bone to serpents. Never thought I gave my bone to serpents. Them got me tinkling my toes, got me rumbling my blues. Got me blushing while I'm chatting with my baby girl. Got me thinking I'm in love. And I'm a wagon one key, what can I see? All of a sudden, I've been cranking, I've been cranking, I've been starving, I've been shrinking, I've been hard and I've been changing, I've been bad and I've been blinking, I've been down and I've been drinking, Now you bounce, now you leave, best you bad, now you sneak, I'm so high and I be geeking. I know by my altitude, I'm played on my Frank Ocean when I be sleeping. I wake up beside a pool. I wake up beside a pool. I make some gelato too. I roll up a back of wood. And deal with your attitude. And I'm a walking one key, walk a miss. All of a sudden, I've been cranking, I've been cranking. I've been starving, I've been shrinking. I've been hard and I've been chinking. I've been bad and I've been blinking. I've been down and I've been drinking. Now you bounce, now you leave. Best you bad, now you sneak.
You wanna be right, but you wanna be left alone. What? Melo get anything for you, can get shift to post. One man the man come in, you mobile and the broke. Yeah. It's your transform cash in Tiana envelope. Fair move by never sanaka black it too, na face alone. If I'm not trouble quality, we go make it home. Yeah. Baby, save it so. It ain't change it too. There's no zone I wanna form, no more work. When I go make my mom come make me pen the mosaic like a very poor manana cadigini know what you looking for. Yeah, only boom my joy give a bazilibulum joy. Fuck, only go to wall and move as a Obama war. Girl, I overlook your flaws and open eye last along. Never start as winter say she acting like you can't recall. I've been drinking, reminiscing all the signs in belly. No, believe that.
It's supposed to the darkest. Really what I say, my hello to Adele, but
I can't explain what I'm feeling. I'm lost in thoughts. I'm not sure what to cut up like shower. So body make you do the shower. I'm pull up, everybody start to talk. Got your eyes on me, but I got my eyes on you. Baby, when they ask me, I don't go come out. I shower, I go dance, I go come to the month. You got it.
Brown skin, full lips. Said he like the way that I drip. Body so tea, take a sip. Life of the party chief rocker. They so black, big spin all boy sinner. Simmer, deep Lizzy, tell me who bigger. Beat killer, vibe bring a heart when I know beef. I eat these vegetarians for dinner. Yeah, we run the town, no they see. All the girls wanna be me. They so beat, always overseas, always double C's. Diamond sense it please. Got these niggas on their knees.
She around, see her. But you still see when she running on me. I can't explain what I'm feeling. I'm lost in thoughts, I'm lost for words. Cut up like shower.
Girl, you know what? Keep me in a pain by the tone that you talk. And I couldn't hate you, no girl, once. That's cause you keep it 100 of them ones.
Sweet music on King and Crew Radio. Where you at? Get in the vibe, get in the vibe. It's going down tonight. And I want you to share the live. DJ Badwax and Deck. Big shout out to Zina Pelli. Big shout out Sister Dubo. Big shout out to all the ladies on Barbados, Bermuda, Brooklyn.
Baby, you know me, I got problems, you know. Me, I just want burn some time. Baby, light up the candle.
Big shout outs, Billions.
From morning to night, oh, she movie.
Big shout out Valentine. John Friday.
It go be like movie.
Big shout out Ricky.
White juice, sipping on fine wine.
Big shout out Tony Bland. DJ Lucifer.
Not the way they do all the things you do.
Yeah, big shout out King and Cool Radio. Big shout out Brooklyn Station.
Type of slang.
Taking it slow from the start.
Different type already. Bust my medulla, vibe so steady. You are my adrenaline, I'm so ready. Put it up on me, I wanna spend it.
I'm not gon' love, I'm not gon' but this is my life. I ain't gon' lie, this is my shit. I said bad boy, we got OT, stacking paper, play nicely, live messy. Thank God we did our life, more blessings, sing clearly, I'm getting. I know say anybody, person will see me, now you may see, I be on and yo. Living my life, me so. But give me that bad man, wow. Carry your wall, go foul. Baby, me go down low, down. She love bad man gangsta.
Elle aime les vrais gangsters, ceux qui sont pas instables. Love street, love money, my life. Jeune africain, congolais ambitieux, je ressens comme un douleur malgré ta présence. Reçois quality vibe, my God, mamacita, il me reste peu de temps pour toi. J'sais pas où je vais passer la night. Makala ou Marbella, Bella, près des îles ou des favelas, hila. J'sais pas où je vais passer la night. Makala ou Marbella, Bella, près des îles ou des favelas, hila.
I'm not gon' love, I'm not gon' go, this is my life, I ain't gon' lie, this is my shit. I said bad boy, OT, stacking paper, play nicely, live messy.
I don't even lie to the top, boy. You put me for one chance. No be magic, the feeling is constant. So I got to put feelings in order. And you don't even get any choice than to forget all the wrong things. So with you, I want to do all of the bad things. You can imagine. And I know you got the understanding. Bakamiti, show my jamity, shaking that music. Let's make a family. I go be your defender. TB, I fit to give you 10 times. Oh. Back at me, see, give it till eternity. If we day down, we can make a family. I go be your defender. TB, I fit to give you 10 times. Calculate, multi-calculate. So this I don't know if you manipulate me. I know your efforts not go fit to change me. So I got to put feelings in order. Suffocate, I'm more I suffocate. So this I don't want to suffocate me. I know your efforts not go fit to change me. So I got to put feelings in order. I know your efforts not go fit to change me. So I got to put feelings in order. Suffocate. I know your efforts not go fit to change me. So I got to put feelings in order. Bakamiti, show my damage. Let's make a family. Go be your defender. TB, I fit to give you
what the hot body can do. Focus, look what the hot body can do. Body be dancing, slow wine, so my body so fine. Like wash when I'm at her inside. 2-1 when I'm at her inside. Make sense, oh, make sense. Oh my God, I need resistance. Fragrance from a distance. Make sense, oh, make sense. Body be dancing. Controller. I get in both for my holder. Make your body slow when I slow down. Put it on the road, no go loud down. You know the things I wanna do tonight. Unusual. Put it down, make it take away your peace of mind. You go blow like water, we get the freeze up like open your eyes and look. Look what the hot body can do. See, look. Focus. Look what the hot body can do. Body be dancing. Slow wine, so my body so fine. Like wash when I'm at her inside. 2-1 when I'm at her inside. Make sense, oh, make sense. cause I need resistance.
DJ Partners.
I told you, good music only on King and Crew Radio. Fresh music on King and Crew Radio. Just share the link, share the link.
Back outside of my mom, I was at work so I didn't know. It wasn't my fault, my mom. You were out chasing the rainbow. I'm back outside of my mom, I was at work so I didn't know. It wasn't my fault, my mom. You were out chasing the rainbow. Where you going for summer? Are you out in my bay? Macy Margiela, she not for now. Where you want to come, Lagos? Now we both at your pick up. Now they waiting for Lagos. Oh, Angela, where you going for summer? Are you out in my bay? Macy Margiela, she not for
non t'as pas tout allé, tu m'as ensorcelé. Ton amour est comme ça, mon amour est sans délai. Nana yo attendele, bolingo na yo mbeli. Etinga na ma bele, tu m'as ensorcelé. Oh bominga mbale bele bele, sans yo na vie nanga nazare. Encore une fois nazole la lela, nazole la lela.
Like I jam your body, shaka. I'ma make a jam your body, shaka. I go jam your body, shaka. I'ma make a jam your body, shaka. Make a drop your body, shaka. I love it when you drop your body, shaka. Say make a jam your body, shaka. I love it when you drop your body, shaka. Hold on to me, hold on to me. Baby, don't be quick when you dance for me. Hold on to me, hold on to me. I'm making bad decisions when you're next to me. I know you hard like a psycho. Things what you do, they make me lago. In case you really want to free your mind, no. Not only me, we give you all the hypo. Talk to me nicely, I just got sorrow. Only you be the perfect designer. Got me addicted, oh what I feel it. Like I jam your body, shaka. I'ma make a jam your body, shaka. I go jam your body, shaka. I'ma make a jam your body, shaka. Make a drop your body, shaka. I love it when you drop your body, shaka. Say make a jam your body, shaka. I love it when you drop your body, shaka.
DJ Partner.
I go balance, I go roll up on your body, you go pass on. Need you now. Make I give you all the raise your standards. Like I jam your body, shake up. Make I jam your body, shake up.
Your body, they killing me. She dey give signals to my blink blink. You can stop over for your city. The body later, you go see me. Oh shit, oh my 1 millimeter. I dey limited to your biscuit. Kole she me. Cause now every minute she dey feel me. No babe, body for grand she go collect her money. I for the ring now as I'm a being calling. I know I fell in love but I no get your money. But when I need them you go get down for me. Come on, I go tell your mommy. She want to see me every time I'm body. When I need them, you go get down for me. You know I fell in love, but I don't get your money. I need much more. You know because you get big bum, yeah. I said, baby. And I be you go tell me do small. Many guys connect us to you. So because you get people more, you. I said they do, you.
I wanna connect to your body, baby, put me on mind. May I get to your time today? So I need to call you, your spots. I'm already called you, gave me my soft spots. Baby, make a kiss for my sofa. So I need to go back to the sun. Oh, it's such a man, it was easy. The man, it made me wish I had it. But for that, she could collect her run. I could jump and pass on for me. I fell in love, but I don't get your money. So I need to get your phone.
Nigeria, go. Make I take you down to Morocco. Oh, my body walk me Orogo. Cause I go show my love. Money owa, money ojo, no one. Money owa, money ojo, no one.
If you just joined, just new. Just joined the live new. I want you to share the live, share the link, call your friends, invite your loved ones, and welcome to King Crew Radio, Afrobeat Extravaganza with DJ Pat Max. Every Friday live on King Crew Radio Brooklyn Station. Don't touch the dial. You can check our webpage at kingandcrewradio.com, BrooklynStation.com. Call our number 718-253-7273. If you're going through a lot spiritually, you need help in psychic reading, 718-253-7273. Call us now. You can reach us out on africanreader@aol.com. africanreader@aol.com.
She like it on the bad man too. She love it anything I do. Say no other bad man gets it at you. I'ma get bang. Something it
Sunday going in the back, move with the knees, baby, shake it to the max. But the DJ, please tell
me. All the ladies in the building.
Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max.
Shout out to all the beauties, the sexy ladies. Shout out to you.
Shake it to the max.
I want you to shake it to the max.
She love bad man, she love. 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 Yeah. Bad man, she love. Bad man, she love. Yeah. Your pussy fat in your shot.
Oh, you dealing with the boss?
Yeah. Make you come first, could I never take a last. Like a bad pump, but this is fast. Skin out the pussy for me fucking. Girl, you make it cocky brad. Them original girl, so I never did not have.
And if you hear this and then go on the back, come bend your knees, baby, shake it to the max. But DJ, please turn up the bass to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. 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 Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max.
Caribbean girl, me know for tick, me know for top. Yeah, man, I watch my body like say them, I watch a match. Yeah, anything him say them, girl, I do it like it's tax. But make my own money like the girls in movie trap. Classy, real bad girl, we get nasty. I do whatever I want, just because I'm a bossy. Yes, I'm the one in charge. Never get my phones and him still fall in love. Yes, and not anybody can touch this. Baby, I am not a hoe. Rice and peas, body hotter than jollof. If you beg a taste, anyway, you see my pass.
And if you hear this and then go on the back, go on bend your knees, baby, shake it to the max. But DJ, please turn up the bass to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the
max.
Let
me tell you, so you know go fi stand 1 minute when we come back around. Feel it, move up your body right now. Mommy, don't ever fake love, no they impress. I got vision, burn them, free them, they never listen. We took a million and flip for precision, yeah. Give me something where I know if you see anywhere. They wanna try, but I know if you see me for there. Messing with a lion. Big shot bigger than a title. I need 100% of the violence. They wanna know what's the reason for the violence. I get paid late long time, no money energized. And every time I'm shining, one of a kind. I know most days then they try take me down, but they move too slow, but man know they're around.
Hello Jekuri Yipe, hello Jekuri Yipe, hello Jekuri Yipe, Jekuri Yipe, hello Jekuri Yipe. Man we get in the pepe, man we get in the pepe. We get in the baby, get in the baby, man, we get in the baby.
Stacky paper, yeah, bad man, she love me no raper.
Hello, welcome back, King and Queen Radio family. I hope you enjoyed the music by DJ Padmat, the worldwide DJ, the best DJ in the world. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in again and for keep listening to us. We appreciate you, and we want to say a very big shout out to you guys all over the world. So now we'll be shifting gears to a topic that is literally staining our soil, our lands, that is damaging our land, which is the oil spillage. Everybody knows how this oil spillage, the damages that it causes on the countries that have low machineries, have this oil. The damages of oil spillage is so bad in this town that some communities don't have a farmland anymore. They can't fish, because most of these communities, they survive by fishing and by farming, and there is no good environmental checkout for them. So we'll be discussing on oil spillage, and we'll be begging the government of the day to help secure our products for us. So, Mr. Emmanuel.
Billions, for me, the issue of oil spillage in Nigeria, I believe, is an issue of corporate greed and systemic negligence on the part of the key players that are involved. For instance, this is a multi-billion, in fact, a trillion dollar company, oil in Africa, oil in Nigeria, where you have barrels produced per day and all that. When I say corporate greed, in the sense that less is being given to the parties that the oil is being taken from their soil. No system for them to get back from what this government or from what the key parties involved in generating this oil. There's no returns for the local community.
The local communities that have this oil, where this oil is being produced, where it's being taken extracted from.
There's no systemic. There's no plan in place for them to, number one, for them to get back from the generated revenue. Number two, the oil that has been spilled. In fact, there should be zero spillage of oil, but because they don't care. And to me, it is a calculated weapon. Yes, against these people. They are weaponized against, because if there is those people, they don't want them to be there. They want to spoil. They want to turn. And the Niger Delta, when we talk about Niger Delta, the oil Gulf countries, and where in Africa, currently in Nigeria, where this oil have been taken from, those areas have one of the sweetest, or should I say, the most productive soils for agriculture. Mm-hmm. They have reserves. They have wildlife. They have fish. When you talk about fish, they have crayfish. They have crabs. They have a lot of all this stuff that you can't find in every other part of Nigeria. They have. These guys are very rich. So where you now come, you extract oil from the land, and you make those oils spill. You spoil their source of livelihood. It's as if I don't want you to do anything here again. I come, I spoil everything, and I use methods, because the like methods,
system you don't want to drive them.
I don't want to tell you I don't want you here, but I use that as a weapon to chase you out of your own land.
A lot of people are being chased away from their communities.
Of course.
Like Ogoniland, where this oil spillage is mostly affected by these communities. Most of them have run away from their communities. No good soil to farm, because this oil spillage, the damage that it causes, it's like it will take years, like 30 years or more than 40 years, according to scientific research.
Yes, of course.
Before
of course. These are chemicals, hard chemicals that are not good for the human life. You see, we are talking about
not just human life.
Yes,
everything that has life.
Everything that has the soil, the plants,
fishes in the rivers,
the plants,
and
human. In fact, the rate of, we're not talking about spillage because we just want to talk about it. The level of contamination we have of this oil in the Niger Delta is a dangerous level. level that you cannot have anywhere in the world. Let's say, for instance, since when oil was discovered in Africa, in Nigeria, let's say since 1987, 1987 or 78 to early 2000, we have over 5,000 oil spillage. Like when we talk about contamination, where the oil is being spilled and where river meshes, lands are being corroded by oil, like where you have them spilled over and those soils are being contaminated. This is factual evidence. These things are done.
And most of the causes of this oil spillage is poor maintenance of the companies.
Of course.
You understand? And
they have nothing to
drilling and equipment failure.
Poor management.
Pipeline and vandalization.
Because, for instance, you don't expect the method of, because there are different methods of extracting oil. We have the ones for high, that they are expensive. The method determines the money, the cost of implementation. Now, there are methods that can be used that you will never have a spillage, but they are very expensive. That is, they are used in European countries and countries where they care for the lives of citizens.
Yes.
You understand? These are the methods.
This oil spillage can't happen in places like US.
It can never.
In Iran, where they have more oil. I've not heard about oil spillage. It is because of the greed, just the way you rightly said, that it is a corporate greed.
Systemic greed.
Yes, I believe so much in that, because you can't tell me that you are extracting a very crucial product like this kind of a product from a particular community, that you are supposed to take care of the people who are living there, give them good education, give them good health care, and make sure you protect their land.
They should not even know that those oils are being taken from them. It should just be every oil well that has been that is exhausted should be closed and sealed without nobody having access to it. It should be done in such a way that even in your door or your next door neighbor or your environment, they are drilling fuel or drilling crude oil, you should not be aware of it. It should be done in a systematic way and in an environmental friendly way. It should be done in such a way that the citizens will not even suffer the backlash of this stuff. But here you have spillage, you see chunk of crude oil, soils are black, waters are black, no drinking water, wells are dark.
Because the oil spread over the land, destroying the entire ecosystem.
Yes, and if you go further more now, the life expectancy of an average Delta indigene is just 40 years. That is from 0 to 40 years. And you have very soon pregnancy. Women cannot get pregnant in that area because these things already begin to mix with their DNA.
It causes a lot of this. Like the toxins.
Yes, it has caused a lot of the toxicity level is high. So sperms are no longer surviving. And crude oil is not friendly with man, the male reproductive organ. It kills the potency of man's sperm. So this is what we are talking about. Oil spillage is biologically hazardous. It is environmental hazardous. In fact, even the physically it's just
every living thing. It kills the fishes in the river. Both birds,
of course,
both birds can't fly. Fish they can't swim. Of course, because of the
gradually the most beautiful part of African nations, to me, I believe, because you can't tell me, I believe that African is the Garden of Eden. We are gradually killing it. Yes, it is. It is because there are some things that you have in the Delta, Niger oil that you don't have in any other place. You can't get them in. Even there's abundance of water, you can't get them there. So these are specific. It's like you are destroying the habitat of some specific species of animals, specific species of fish, specific species of.
Try to establish eliminate them from the surface of the earth.
Of course, and nobody is doing anything about. Nobody is called in question. There was a lawsuit of recent that was that the Niger Delta won. They took to war court and they won. But what we are saying is that no implementation.
Who are in the courts? The government. So who owns the court? The government.
You can't fight them. So
there's no way you can fight them.
No matter what you do, and it's wrong.
This is still go back to you. You see, in terms of water pollution, You see, oil contaminate rivers, streams, groundwater. It makes this thing difficult for them to, like, the people who are living in the community, in these communities, to survive, because there's no good water for them.
For agriculture,
for drinking,
for your daily life.
Your daily lifestyle, your daily
yes,
living.
it's not.
You understand? It's so bad. You see, for the soil infertility, it causes soil infertility also.
Of course.
It makes the soil to reduce to
become more acidic.
You understand?
Yes.
Thank you. Where if you plant anything, it dies off.
Yes.
You understand? So, what I'm afraid of is that these people, their lifespan in those areas is very, very low.
Yes, 40 years.
Do you understand? They can't live up to
maximum 50.
Like normal human because of the contamination of
the water,
of course. The destroy, in fact, the total pollution of the ecosystem in that community.
The rain in those communities also has become toxic because it's the same water from those streams that are evaporated and recycled back.
So
it is a toxic environment for people to grow their children, people to live, people to eat. And it is not because it was like that initially. It was because of the negligence and corporate greed of a lot of parties involved. We have multi-billions generated from those
billions of dollars
generated
from those communities.
And
if you go to those communities, see, it will shock you that they don't have good roads.
Of course,
I've been in Port Harcourt, I think some years back. I think 2017. You see some villages. You will be wondering, these people are still living in ancient of days, or and these people are so rich. This is where the federal government of Nigeria are generating wealth from.
I don't know why. I don't know if there's a law or there's a decree on ground that is making this money not come back to her citizens.
Is it wickedness?
It is. We don't know what's happening.
I don't really understand.
For me, I believe.
You see, loss of livelihood. Yes. People who survive by fishing, agriculture. They can't farm, they can't fish.
Yes.
You understand? They can't fish.
The soils are not even good for agriculture.
The communities are badly affected. Fishermen loses fish, farmers lost crops, families struggle to survive.
The fish produced from those environments is not healthy for individuals, because we find out that once those fish are taken to the lab, they are being tested, they have high toxicity of these crude oil chemicals. Even the vegetables from those places, the mangoes, the maize, the cereals, whatever you plant in those areas, they are no longer healthy because they have high concentration of poisonous substances which are to human, let me just say toxic compounds which are not good for human health. And they should have key players like NGOs or from the big multinational companies, crude oil companies, who come to this company, who should be able to carry out the cleanup. Yeah, there are things that should be carried out, clean up on spillage. Nothing like that.
It's something our Nigerian government, they know what to do. I see it as just wickedness.
Yes,
I
believe
because
yes.
I don't see no reason where, because this oil, even before we were giving birth, they have been taking this oil like as we speak. There are some vessels that are taking this oil illegally to other countries, to other African countries, European countries. You understand? And the community, they are not benefiting anything. There's no good road, like I said. There's no good hospital for these people.
Road. Yes.
They can't
no
access.
Center,
you understand?
No healthcare.
I watched a video where a very dark man went to this guy's village, Bona Boy's village. You understand? There was no road. You can imagine the bridge. They use wood. They use wood to construct a bridge to a village, a community that is producing oil for the nation. They don't have a good road. They use wood to construct.
This is targeted wickedness.
You understand? So I see it as wicked, as total wickedness from the government. You see, you talk of health problems that this oil spillage causes. You see, skin irritation, breathing difficulties. That is why their lifespan is reduced.
Of course, it's good.
The they can't breathe well
of course.
in those areas, in those communities where this oil spillage
Billions, as I said earlier, I said these chemicals are found in the environment, in the soil, in plants, in fish, in aquatic life, in the water, even in human, like we as human beings, like in us alive. The chemicals for those people found there is at a dangerous level. You have people, I'm telling you that in the next few generations, people just be falling down, they'll be dying, and at alarming rate. It's not just something that one should, it's not something we can talk about, just, it's something that is very, 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 very dangerous, something that is happening. It's another, like, it's an atomic bomb that has been set up, and very soon people will you just see that there's nowhere to run to. The Niger Delta has been cursed, and the curse is the crude oil. Crude oil is no longer a blessing. To me, I see the parties involved are using it as a curse to them. Because they, if everything was to go the way it ought to go, like in the right sense, Niger Deltas are, should I say, they should be the elite of the world.
They are supposed to be like, see, you see in some countries where this kind of resources comes from, where they generate, we call it national resources.
Yes, it's a natural resource.
Some countries like in Cuba, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Cuba, what they generate from their national resources every month, all the citizens, they have a stipend.
Yes.
They have a token that they are being given every month. Whether you work, whether you don't have a job, you are a civil servant or not. There are some pay, there are some stipend, token that the government give.
In comparison,
the percentage.
Yes, in comparison with other developed countries of the world. For instance, the US pay their citizens out of what?
Their national resources.
They buy fuel and they buy crude, they process and
they have a percentage on it.
Every citizen has a percentage on it. Now, when we talk about Arab world, the caliphates, they talk about Dubai,
Saudi Arabia.
They are conglomerate. All they generate, their citizens are being paid. In fact, they are tax-free. Dubai is tax-free. Why? Because they have oil they are selling, they have money they are generating, and all that, and tourism. When you talk of other countries of the world, citizens are being paid. Why? Because they are generating revenue. But we'll talk about Africa in general. We have, in fact, I don't believe any foreign country can be compared with our resources we have. And yet we are, nobody's being paid. Yet we are being taxed. Yet we are living below poverty level. We have money that we cannot spend when it comes to Africa. When you talk about what is actually to be done, but nothing is being done. We are struggling. Poverty level is high at alarming rates. The crude oil spillage is affecting lives by the day. It's a keg of gunpowder that is ready, that is waiting to explode. What I believe is that in the nearest future, Niger Delta, see, maybe I believe maybe is a tussle, a war that is going on that nobody knows already.
Nobody knows if any human will ever exist.
Of course, after the Civil War, I believe maybe they decided that they will use this crude oil to cross the Niger Delta.
You know, most of the people who benefit from this oil
are not Niger
it's
Delta.
The British,
yes,
it's the British people, the American,
the northern part of the country, and all that.
You understand? The main people who own this product are being behind the scene. Do you understand?
Of course, they are not benefiting from it.
They are not benefiting anything from it, aside from there are maybe few of them who
selected few.
Yeah, selected few
who they are scared of, who might be a stopping force to their plan and their agenda.
That's why it has been like Aselu Tokumbo, who have been fighting for freedom, for amnesty. They should give them one of they have been. You know, once you just give one of them some billions,
they believe in bribe.
They believe in bribe. Like Aselu Tokumbo now, he has been bribed now, and he's doing nothing about his community. You know, his own is just. In fact, that's another story for another day.
Bribe is rather than doing the right thing. They believe that they should bribe to sort the immediate problem and just continue mining the oil, rather than settling and putting amenities on ground. We talk about healthcare. We talk about source of livelihood, industries, company,
lights,
lights, pipe-borne waters, good waters should be put in
Good schools.
Good schools. This one should benefit the indigents of those communities should be the first to partake of this oil, this revenue,
yes, that is generated
from that. Yeah. So that is what they are actually agitating for, and that should be the best, because for me, I believe that oil spillage is a curse rather than a blessing. Nobody in their normal sense will want to stay in a house and set fire on that house. It's wrong. It's human wise, it's wrong. It's not possible, and it should not be done. And should not stay in the house and go and bring terrorists or bring fire or set that house on fire, because there will not be peace. It is written in the Bible that pray for the peace of Jerusalem so that it will be well with you. What that means in general is just that you cannot stay in a house and set it on fire and believe that it will be well with you.
It cannot.
No, you shouldn't. So definitely no Niger Delta indigene or local we want to put their house on fire.
In danger, put themselves
in danger. Yeah. But yet you have people from outside Niger Delta, foreign bodies, international bodies,
even as we speak,
much of the people that own oil well in Nigeria or Africa are not indigene of that particular community, because it is not, for an average indigene, it is not a blessing, it is a curse, and nobody wants to be tearing themselves while they are alive. It is an inhumane act. So drilling oil, extracting crude oil from the local community should not be something that should be done.
Takes people's lives.
Yeah, it shouldn't take people's life. It should be done with great caution, because
reduce people to something, reduce human life.
Every oil that is being taken from the Delta, it is invariably drawing those people's blood. It's as if they are sucking their blood. Yes. So you should do it with care.
When you take the people's livelihood, like most of these communities, you know, and I know that these communities, they survive by farming and fishing. Yes. So when you take away their livelihood, what else do you expect? You understand? You automatically ruin their life.
And you know these things, and that is what we are saying, that please, anybody that has power, that is involved in decision making, health matters, human life matters. Oil spillage is a disease, is an outbreak greater than Ebola, greater than was COVID.
For me, my own opinion,
it is human design COVID.
Yes, it is human design COVID. It is. The government, they know what to do.
Of course,
they know what to do. It's just that they don't want to do it, maybe for their own selfish reasons or somehow, because you cannot tell me that you are generating the whole national cake, or the so-called national cake. You are getting it from a particular region, and this region, they are not benefiting anything from it. You don't give them light, you don't give them good road, no good schools. Their children are suffering and dying of
scholarships. The right amount of scholarships.
You understand? What belongs to these people are not being given. Do you understand? So I feel like the government, they know what to do. Yes. That they don't want just to do it. Maybe
billions. For me, I believe that. You know, of recent, the world went through COVID-19. We went through Ebola. We went through some epidemic, or should I say pandemic situations. Oil spillage is also a pandemic.
It's a pandemic, serious pandemic.
The reason why we are talking about this, it might be taken slow. You might think it is happening slow, unlike COVID-19 that happened abruptly. People were dying within 3 months and all that.
Do you know how many people have died of?
Yes, and are still going to die. Yes, and are still going to die. Yes, because it's a ticking time bomb.
Yes.
It's a ticking time bomb. Some have terminal cancers that are, in fact, in Africa generally.
Some have blindness from this.
The rise in cancer is alarming, and it's due to all this oil spillage, because the crayfish we consume in almost all African dishes that is being exploited, in fact, is from the Niger Delta, and this is where you have contamination level at alarming rates. So definitely you are taking, once you are taking crayfish, you are taking some of our local diet, you are taking some fishes, you are taking of king crab, king snail, and these things are already contaminated, and we are talking about all of us, we are sitting on ticking time bomb. And once you ingest this stuff and your body does not have a method of bringing out this toxic chemical, you are already, that is what we call cancer. It's cancerous, and before you know, you begin to count down. You have a countdown, and your life date and
Your
expectancy.
life you are
is
eating
reducing.
a reduction of your life.
An average Niger Delta where this oil local of where this citizen of or local of where this oil is being generated from. We're talking of the expectant lifespan has reduced from 100 or plus to, because those people had the very high lifespan.
Yes.
They were consuming natural
Yes,
diet, fish.
before
They had fresh
before
food.
now.
Yes, before now. They had high expectant rate. But currently it has reduced to 50. That's 0 to 50.
I don't even blame our
even
people.
the birth rates currently has reduced. People don't give
because
birth
it's
much
affecting their
environment again, yes.
their organs.
Yes.
You understand? Their
And children
reproductive
cannot
organs.
their
Most of
organs
children
and
are
their,
suffering from
of
kwashiorkor,
course,
different kind of
they cannot,
malnourishment.
their system cannot, their immune cannot fight this toxicity, and they begin to die, and all these dangerous chemicals in the environment. Because even we are not talking about the oil spill, we've not talked about the burning, those companies that burn their oil, those they are burning
Those that refine those illegal refineries. Yes.
Those wicked oils,
Oh
those
yeah,
chemicals
bombs.
that are
Yeah,
sent
the
to
chemicals.
environment.
Yeah. Like the environment is toxic.
It's as if you are staying in a controlled environment that is planned for people to die at a particular time, and that is what we are saying. The Niger Delta, where we have this oil split, where these crude oils are being extracted from, has become a large laboratory, a large controlled environment for killing people or for testing the dangerous chemicals, and it is now becoming alarming.
In the first segment, you said Africa is a place where they use us for experiments.
Yes.
They use
Africa for.
Yes. We allow these people to use us for experiments. Yes. It's ground where they just use us to test and to experiment their product or stuff.
And here
it's so pathetic.
It's bad. Where a blessing becomes a curse.
A curse.
It is a very, very.
I've
very
not seen on
sad
earth. Sometimes I used to wonder, what kind of life are we living? Are you sure we are living? Are you sure God really created us?
No, we're created by God. It is man. One of the people talk about God. God is strong. God is great. But one of the great things I've seen is the God called man. Man
because
is. The
Bible says that we have
the
this
heart
blessing,
of
we
a
have
man.
the
Yes.
resources,
The heart of a man is desperately wicked. Who can know it? Yes, now they don't care about
the common man.
The common man, their fellow man, thinking of wickedness day in, day night. You are seeing what you are doing is bad. Why will you know that the action I will take? If I know that the action I will take will be detrimental to you, will be bad to you, I shouldn't take that action. If I must take that action, I should tread on caution. I should tread on eggshell.
Yeah.
I should tread. It shouldn't affect you. My action should not affect. I should be a plus to you and not negative. Because that oil is a plus to the Delta indigents.
Yes.
It is not a negation. It is a very, very great positive.
Yes.
It should be. Currently, it's a curse, but it should be a blessing, and it should not be.
What's supposed to be a blessing has turned a cause, or let's say a spell. On them.
Yes, it is. In fact, they are regretting. A lot of them are regretting.
They can't benefit from this.
And they cannot leave their settlement because this is the generational ground. Ancestral land. They cannot. Yes, people come, they crave, they milk. If Africa was even to be a lady or what, I believe Africa would be a lady with a large boss.
They have milk. Oh, the Lord.
The cow, if we are a cow, will be a milking cow. They just come, they don't care about if you are feeling good, you are feeling bad, your mood, you've eaten, you've not eaten. They come as tax masters every day, give us. What they care about is give, take. They come, they collect, and they don't care about the adverse effects on indigents, on the Delta indigents, the citizens, and all that. They don't care. And you see African countries are suffering in not just Nigeria, we have not just the Niger Delta, we have countries all over Africa that is suffering from the same stuff. And yet even in Nigeria, we still have other people, they were talking about crude oil, there are still other people mining gold, the northern people,
We'll
they have,
come to that. It's a topic that we'll discuss because we have to keep saying these things.
Everybody have their own resources.
Yes, you go to Zamfara.
Yes,
you go to Zamfara.
There's diamond, there's gold, there's Colombia, there's
we have
Californium, which is
about almost
very expensive.
Very expensive
in the world.
$1 million.
Yes,
do you understand?
About $27 million.
Yes, per gram.
You see, and you have people mining this stuff.
Do you understand?
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. And
Nobody
people
cares.
are living.
So
people are living on that
poverty. How much is a barrel of crude oil to a gram of California? And those things are not under national grid.
They are not. It's only oil that is
only
under national grid. We have gold. If you go to Nasarawa here, where we have coal and the rest.
Yes, they are not under national grid. People, private bodies, entity, terrorists are being mining this stuff, and nobody is being called to account. And yet we are talking about. In fact, to me, I believe that the milking of the Niger Delta people should stop the crude oil. This is the time where
you can't stop. Nobody can stop it because
this is the time where
there are so many hands
because we
on
have
it.
Other sources of income as a nation that have not been tapped.
Our agriculture is dead now.
Yes, it's
since the discovery of oil.
And more attention has been focused on.
Normally, history tells us that we survived by agriculture.
We were very rich.
We were very rich on agriculture. But today, as a country, we can't even boast of anything.
We don't produce
common rice. We are importing rice from
beans.
Poland and the rest.
We are importing beans from
tomato, pepper, and the rest. We are importing all this stuff.
We don't even have factories again. And funny enough, when you even talk about before we even go far, the few foods, the few crops that are being produced in, let me use Nigeria specifically, are high in iron concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Our yam from Benue, before we used to have Benue, the food basket of the nation.
Of course.
Currently, much of the fruits produced from those parts of the country are not consumed.
Oranges,
they spoil on time.
Mango.
You cannot preserve them at home. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Once you just bring them out, you keep them on your shelf, they've spoiled because of the high iron concentration. No more organic. We're having inorganic. GMOs are being genetic modified crops are being produced and all that. So
talk about those GMOs.
Yes.
Mostly they are the things that are killing us now.
Those things are becoming poisons, and the countries is just we are living in a limbo. Where should I? And from days you sleep in Nigeria. You know one funny thing about Africa in general. Africa, I told you earlier, is the Garden of Eden. You can say that, dispute that, or say whatever you want to say because
I agree with you.
An average African do not have the need.
Africa, we are blessed.
Yes, you don't have the need to leave this country, this continent. We should not even think about it. Should not be. Sometimes when you wake up in Africa, you just tell yourself, "What will I wake up? Is there a day where I wake up from this spell, this limbo, this stuff?
When are we going to come out?
When are we going to come out of
this bondage?
Because it's not hard. It's not hard.
We are in chains, you know. We are just living.
And rather now you have people fighting, Africa fighting each other, which has never been had.
South Africa
chasing, going back to the country, and they don't know that it's Nigerians
ignorance.
that are there developing their economy, making their economy.
It's totally ignorant because you can't tell me that you are pursuing your black brother. It's not for the borders that
have been created. You can't fight the white people that are there.
You can't fight them. White people who took over you, kill your people. And took over you, caused you to hunger. They caused those guys hunger for so many years.
Of course. And we Africans, other African countries with
appetite
regime.
You understand?
Nigeria, to be precise, was part of the contributed fund to
save those people's life.
To save South Africa from independence. After South Africa is still young, they got their independence in the early 1990s.
African man is telling an African man you should leave. You are telling me to leave Africa to go to where? Go to where?
Ironically, it's an oil spillage. We are having the spillage from Nigeria has spilled to Africa, and that of South Africa is spilling down to Nigeria. That is an ironical.
I see that as an ignorance. Yes. You know, when you read books like Long Walk to Freedom.
Yes.
You know, you understand where Nelson Mandela is coming from, like what it's really talking about. Long Walk to Freedom. Before you get freedom, you know, freedom is not actually given.
Yes.
It's taken. You understand? You take it by force.
You see, when it comes to freedom, it's like you are being held and you need to be free.
Mm-hmm.
You must grow to a capacity where that hand that holds you cannot hold you anymore. It should dawn on the person oppressing you that this person is a force, that I cannot
hold on.
You should be able to let go of.
Yeah.
Nobody likes to be controlled. Nobody likes to be oppressed. It's a system in Africa. The Niger Delta indigents are being oppressed. They are being controlled. They are oil because their resources. You are not the owner of your resources. It's still the same system of slave trade we talked about.
It's forced now.
Once you are milked,
you
or
force
your
them
resources
to accept
taken,
what is not theirs.
and you are being milked. It's still a form of slave trade. It's still a form of enslaving them.
This one is worse than slavery,
Yes.
because it is a black man to black man now.
Of course, brother to brother.
Brother to brother. It's your own
fellow
brother
is enslaving you.
It's your own
taking
brother
from you.
Yes, taking from you, oppressing you at the same time.
So the Niger Delta needs that light. They need to see. They need to be given the opportunity to come to the world pedestal, to enjoy life
The
at
whole
the
world
same
is
level.
listening. You know,
Stand
I know that the US are listening. In fact, everybody all over the world are listening, and they know what's right for us, what is right for the Niger Delta. The oil spillage has damaged a lot of communities, has destroyed a lot of life. You guys are listening, and we know you are benefiting. And America, mostly, they are the people who are benefiting most from this oil.
Of course, if you could stop slave trade on a world scale, then I believe they still have the power to checkmate
they should have benefit.
The oil spillage in the whole world.
Yes.
We're not speaking for Africa alone. We're speaking for Asia. We're speaking for places where this oil has been generated, where they are being taken.
Yeah, of course.
So please, they should look into it, and it should not be a cost. The blessing should be enjoyed by the indigents of where this blessing is being generated from.
Yeah.
If crude oil is a blessing, then the indigents should benefit from it, not the cost drillage or spillage of this oil.
Mr. Emmanuel, before we move on, let's talk about something very, very important.
Of course.
You know, we've been talking about health issues, talk about a lot of things, from the education aspect to our oil spillage in Africa. What is,
the causes,
the causes, you know. So we'll be discussing. I want to announce a very good message, good news to our New York listeners. You know, if I'm in New York, this is good news for you, right? This is good news. Now, let's talk about something we all need, we often worry about, which is the cost of health. Do you understand? The cost of seeing a doctor. Some people are sick right now as we speak. They can't access hospital because of maybe high cost of bill, and most of them don't have money for payments to pay these bills. Do you understand? So most people don't even know that the New York City has a program specifically to make sure you are covered, right? It does not matter if you just got here or how much is in your pocket. You see, it does not really matter how much is in your bank account. You can easily access New York. You can always access NYC Care. That's New York City Health Care. You understand? So in New York City, we take care of you. By just living here, you have access to low or no cost health care. Do you understand? NYC Care includes primary and preventive care, medications, and mental health service, and more. Regardless of your immigration status or ability to pay, enroll or renew your membership today at nyccare.nyc or call this number 6466922273. I repeat the number again, 6466922273. So make sure you take advantage of this great opportunity. If you are living in New York, make sure you take this seriously and take advantage of this great privilege, this hospital. Take care. So back to the oil spillage matter, the oil spillage wahala.
Of course,
what
it's
can we
something.
do?
It's something that if no man will want to be the cause of his or her own problem deliberately, and definitely the oil spillage in Niger Delta and in Africa in general have become a big problem. So I believe that it is a thing of personalizing the pain of the Niger Delta. There is no constitution meant for the national Niger Delta citizens. They are not in the book.
They are sidelined.
They are sidelined. So I believe that if they are being treated as
properly,
what
they are supposed to be
treated as a first-class citizens, because they are the one feeding the nation.
Yes.
It's no longer the agricultural system. Let's call a spade a spade. They are the one feeding the nation.
Mm-hmm.
For every Nigerian you see living a luxury lifestyle, they are the primary source of feeding and helping those people. So definitely I'm saying that if they are treated well, they are taken into consideration, they are treated as important as they ought to, not neglecting them. If you generate trillions worth of income from the Niger Delta, then definitely let them even see a fraction of that. Let them be the first partaker of that. Even before you even pay your federal government staff, forgive me to say that, before you pay the general staff, they should be paid. They should be treated as important. It's possible.
It's possible. But the reason why I just laugh is because the impossibilities is more than the possibilities.
Let us say, for instance, it is the northerners that is generating the oil that the Niger Delta or the other people.
We wouldn't have been one Nigeria today.
So then why is it?
And it is because of the oil that they forced us to become one Nigeria. But that's a story for
another day.
Another day.
So let's not marginalize them. Yeah. They want it. I don't believe that if a child have a skill, a vocal, maybe a verbal or a vocal skill, like something, a vocation, or maybe a child that's a doctor, maybe if 10 years old is a PhD holder and is a doctor and has the knowledge and the know-how and is delivering the skill that he's being paid for. If his salary is worth $1 billion, pay that child. Do you understand? Don't sideline, because let's just pay the speed. I don't want to be paid less for whatever I do. I don't want any other person to be paid less for whatever they do. If the Niger Delta are the one feeding the nation, then let us feed them also. Let us treat them well.
Let's give them
the best.
Yeah, let's give them what they
deserve. So there's no law, there's nothing, there's no story, there's no back and forth. Don't sideline them. Give them what
belongs to them, and make sure you take care of them.
Of course.
And try to reduce this oil spillage. I mean, you see, because it's mismanagement of tools and some illegal mining and the rest that is causing this oil spillage. So if they can bring functionable machineries that can extract this thing without spillage.
And again, I don't want to say that it's tools. There are techniques, as I earlier said, for mining, for drilling. Now there are direct, straight source, slanting. There are different methods and there are different machineries involved. Actually, yes, there are machineries involved. It is the cost of drilling or mining this crude that really matters.
Yeah.
There are methods that are very expensive, will take time, and will take energy. But after the drilling, you can never have a spill. Why is it that these methods are not being the way we talk about fight for black, we fight the black life, like Black Lives Matters or black race, the black race all over the world, their life matters. We should take them. Take the Niger Delta citizens, their life matters. They are not fish, they are not animals, they are not cowards. They are intellectuals, they are blessed. It is not a curse. Treat them well. Let's just treat them well.
Actually speaking of hidden dangers and seeking a way out of darkness, Before we discuss the legal battles for these communities, I need to remind our listeners that feel toxic, inner peace is paramount, and that is where you need Sister Dubon, for your spiritual healing, your spiritual horoscope. Like I said from the beginning, you don't need to navigate this life without your spiritual existence. You need to know where you're coming from before you know where you're going to. So subscribe to sisterdubon.com for your spiritual horoscope, for your cosmic and personalized horoscope. So for your spiritual horoscope, you understand? So for your peace of mind, your peace is what we want. Do you understand? So we are living in a chaotic world already. So you need to be spiritually strong and mentally strong. So subscribe to sisterdubon.com for your spiritual horoscope. So back to before we end this show, Mr. Emmanuel, what do you think we can do or the government can do to stop this oil spillage?
First of all, I guess with the companies, multinational companies coming to drill this oil, we should take life serious. The government should raise policies like laws that will back the Niger Delta. If possible, for every oil you are spilling, the indigents should be there to watch what you are doing, so that you don't just go out of your way and do whatever you want to do. Because I believe one thing, whatever that is being done, if the indigents are not prioritized, then there's no solution for them. Because this solution is geared towards helping the indigents of the oil or the crude supplying communities. They should be taken serious. Healthcare should be put in place, road, water. Their livelihood should not be taken from them.
For granted.
Yes, and for granted. And the government should do the needful and even help these people to
support them, give their children scholarship.
Yeah, because the oil, and if there's an oil spillage,
it has caused a lot of damages.
We should take it serious to mitigate it and solve those
find a way to control the
environment.
The environment.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel, for joining me in the studio today. We have talked a lot. We have discussed so many things. We actually need solutions to everything we have said, from our poor education system and the environment we live. In fact, the situation in Africa is nothing to write home about, compared to all these advanced countries. So please, the governments of Africa, the leaders of Africa, we are just pleading and appealing that we need more. We deserve more. We deserve a good life. We deserve to live good. We need good education, and our curriculum also need to be checked. You understand? We need to check it very well. So please help us as a people so we can be great as Africa. Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel. Big shout out to DJ Padman, and big shout out to our listeners all over the world for tuning in. Don't forget, we have shows all through the week. We have Monday night show. We have Africans Awake. We have Truth the Card. You understand? So we have Afrobeat Extravaganza by DJ Padman himself. So make sure you tune in always. Tell your family members, tell your friends, tell your loved ones that King and Queen Radio is the only place to be. The place that gives joy, that gives good music. In fact, if you are depressed, just tune in to King and Queen Radio, and trust me, you'll be free. So until next time, I remain your host, Billions, and signing out with my brother here, Emmanuel. So Emmanuel,
thank you all.
Peace and blessings to you. Until next time.
And Advisor has reunited loved ones and families, helped many prosper in business, brought favor in difficult court cases, helped with the most desperate problems where many have failed.
Call me, Sister Dubon, at 718-253-7273. Don't give up.
Private confidential consultations in English, French, or Spanish. Results are guaranteed.